Welcome to the Tuesday edition. Or Monday, rather. It's Monday, right? It's Monday. We are about 7 miles away from our anchorage here in Solomon's Island for the night. We obviously rolled into Annapolis and then stayed there. Had a little bit of a late start coming out. Sailed a good bit today. Had a really good run. Had a jammed main, which was okay because the head sail propelled us to like 6 at some point, so Molly's trying to fall down over there, but anyway, we're getting ready to pull into Solomon's Island here and tuck up the creek. There's some weather moving in tomorrow, so we're gonna hold tight here. I want to work, and then we may move Wednesday. We'll see. Our starting issue is back, but only because I think the wire that I have in there, I know melted to the block. It was put in the wrong spot. I cut that out, put a splice in, that didn't help. So we're gonna have to work on that a little bit, but we'll tackle her once we get there. Otherwise, everything's going really well. Had a pretty decent day. Looking forward to a quiet night tucked away in an anchorage. Look at this view. Yeah, look at this view and this sunset here tonight. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. Anyway, pulling in more vlogs, a little bit more content. I'll pick up the camera a little bit more tomorrow. Today was really just a get going day. Tomorrow, or I'm sorry, Wednesday or Thursday is probably gonna be the same, and then we can slow down a little bit. Still got a long way to go until we even hit the ICW. So, anyway, pulling into Solomon's Island here. Well, good morning from a soggy, wet Solomon's Island. Found this boat ramp back here in Lesson Creek, or Lesson Cove. And was able to get the dog off this morning. Thank you to whomever left the Latin long of this boat ramp in the anchorage reviews on Navionics. This helped big. Anyway, walking the dog this morning. Gonna try to get some work done today. We're here waiting out a weather window. That's gonna crop up. We're gonna have some winds. Basically out of the southeast at 20 to 25 later today. So we tucked away here in the creek and in a really decent spot. Really excited about it. So the entrance in the Solomon's was sketchy. It was at night and not lit, as you're hearing jets fly over because we're near an airport. But anyway, catch us on the ride back here in just a minute. Hello there from Deltaville, Virginia, on board the Beagle Bee here at the Jackson Creek Marina. We're going to fast forward just a little bit. It is, basically the weekend before Christmas. I believe it's the 16th of December. And we've been here for a couple weeks. We left you kind of leaving Solomon's Island. Or getting ready to leave Solomon's Island. That was actually Thanksgiving week. We spent Thanksgiving there and then proceeded south. Had some really powerful wind and just some inexperience kind of put us in a situation where we were heeled over pretty hard and that was uncomfortable. We tucked into an anchorage and I can't even remember the name of this place. It was really shallow. And super sketchy. We were in there long enough for everybody to get comfortable and the weather to calm down a little bit. Then we continued on here to Jackson's Creek. And we've just been kind of hanging out. And what turned into a 3 or 4 day stay, then we'll make our run to Norfolk and then be in the ICW. Kind of turned into a little bit longer. We enjoy it here. It's a nice place, but more importantly, we've got some decisions to make on a couple things. boat related wise. You know, this ICW, this run down to Chesapeake has really been eye-opening. But that's okay. That's healthy. It's what it's supposed to be. But we got some decisions boat-wise to make, and we'll talk about that in a later video. Today, I actually have to run back to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where my office is, for a couple days right here before the holiday, and take a couple meetings. So we've got some boat projects to do before I do that. I'm going to leave the ladies here to fend for themselves for a couple days, but they're in a great place. This marina is, I mean, it's about as good as it gets. A great marina, a great place to kind of hang out and for a couple days. So we got a couple boat projects. We need to do a pump out. We need to bail the dinghy out, and I need to go ahead and just pull it out of the water. We're not using it, so we don't need it. I need to rebed a stanchion, which is going to be the first time I'm doing that. And we got to fill water tanks. So nothing crazy, a normal boat day for a lot of you out there that do live aboard life. So let's get working on that. We're going to start with the dinghy. So here she is. Been kind of sitting in the water for, well, sitting in the water for since we've been here about 2.5 3 weeks, and it's rained. It's got a bunch of water in it. We still have a very slow leak in this dinghy we've got to sort out. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it out of the water, get it bailed out, get it cleaned up. I may try to see if I can find an air hole again with Lisa this afternoon. We're gonna get the motor put back on the outboard mount on the rail for now, and kind of put this away. We don't need it for the moment, so we can go ahead and tuck it away. So we're up here in the V-berth. I said I got to rebed that stanchion. As you can see, we have some staining down the wall, the clear sign that that's leaking. Lisa says she thinks somebody's been in here before. I don't know. And then it's really gummed up that rail in there, so we got to fix this. And of course, it's associated with that stanchion, so pretty straightforward. There's a nut up here on a post. We're just gonna unspin that. That'll get me access to the top. The top side. I don't know if you guys are able to see that or not. And then we'll go up top and pull those 2 screws out and see what it looks like. Well, that was a little more difficult than I expected. Here's the hardware, and it don't look terrible. It needs to be cleaned up. I got a little bit of acetone. We can just clean this up. I want to get these threads cleaned. I actually did not have a wrench to break these loose with. I had to actually plier, and then kind of free spun it after that. So we're off. We're good to go now. Let's go up top and undo the 2 screws that are going to hold the stanchion plate in, and then we can pull it off and kind of look underneath it and see what we need to do.
So we have gotten out the old screws and gotten everything cleaned up. We've gotten the stanchion out, got the screws out, gotten it all cleaned up. Sean is fixing to go get some acetone so we can clean up really good. And then we're going to put in this 3M adhesive sealant. So hopefully now we don't have to worry about our V-berth getting soaking wet whenever it rains, which would be awesome because it leaks on, you know, the side of the bed that I sleep on, and I'm not real fond of being wet when I sleep. You know what I mean? It's not a fun thing.
Lisa stole my project. So we got some 4200. We've got this out, as she talked about. A little difficult, obviously, in any position working on boats, but we got it off. Clean this up. Used a little bit of brake clean, and I only had a little bit of acetone. Got the mating surfaces cleaned up and smoothed out, and so we're gonna lay down some 4200, put this back down, and then tighten everything back up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Ainsley, what are you doing over there? All the tools that we had, she scattered out completely in the 10 minutes or so that she was left alone. You see Lisa through the, well, you can't see Lisa through the hatch over there. She's getting ready. We're gonna fill our water tanks. Ignore how disgusting those hoses look. We're about to convert to PEX. She's got a the through hole or the deck openings open, and I'm going to make sure we don't overfill. But yeah, getting water tanks filling. Okay, Lisa's gonna fill our jugs. We're really skeptical using this water to drink from, but it's actually really good. So we're just refilling our water jugs with that. Lisa's trying to fall off the boat and get me wet.
I got it.
Okay. You sure? Because it looks like you're tangled up.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just running on a short hose.
Got it.
I'm gonna bring the jugs down.
Okay. So this was the stanchion that we just did all that work to. Gave a little bit of time for that 4200 to set up. We got to get all that stuff cleaned up still, but it's rebedded. And not only is she rebedded, oh, she's definitely still tacky. But it is not moving. So that deck hardware just needs to be tightened. I probably need to go do this across all of our stanchions, but that's a much bigger project for a much longer day. So cool. And then she's refilling our water. So all in all, a pretty busy boat project day here at Deltaville. Again, I got to go back to the office, so I'm going to be gone. Weather's going to be kind of gross for a couple days, so I wanted to make sure that they were buttoned up and ready to go. So if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel, like us if you haven't. Say bye, honey.
Bye.
We'll see you next week.